Reconnected with my high school best friend after 20 years, and I've never seen someone fall so far. I grew up in a small town in Arizona where I met my soon-to-be best friend, Riley. His parents were also divorced, but his family was pretty well off. His dad owned a restaurant in Phoenix and drove really nice vehicles and owned property in Mexico where the family went for vacation a few times a year. His mom worked at a casino at a blackjack table and made crazy tips. I pretty much grew up at their house, and she would come home at like 2 a.m. with a few $100 in cash sometimes. Then there's my family. Both parents are alcoholics, riding the poverty line. We didn't celebrate any holidays, and our vacations were going to Arizona Mills in the Valley to get new shoes and eat In-N-Out. My mom was a dispatcher, and then later a housekeeper. My dad couldn't stop drinking and driving, so he left the state to avoid prison time. Needless to say, Riley's house was awesome to me. I practically grew up there, and in high school, I started going with he and his dad's family to Mexico in spring and summer breaks. His dad's restaurant was so damn good. We'd pull up on our bikes, and they'd just give us whatever we wanted. It honestly, to me, seemed like Riley had it all. He was going to inherit the restaurant, his dad bought him his first car, and told him he'd buy him his first house. I won't lie, I did feel jealous sometimes. Then, at the end of high school, my family moved away, and just like that, it's like all my time with Riley was a dream. Never heard from or saw him again. It wasn't surprising, as towards the end of high school, he made other friends and stopped hanging out with me almost entirely. I wish I could say my life got better, but I was about to find out everything the hard way. I got kicked out at 18, reconnected with my father, and it turns out he's a bad guy. I was homeless for 6 months, moved back to my mother's, and not too long after, I was homeless living in the basement of a bar. I sometimes would think about Riley. I thought that he's helping running the family restaurant, probably has a stable living situation, maybe a wife and kids? Who knows, but I knew I wasn't doing well. I was depressed and attempted to end my life on more than one occasion, as most recently as 5 years ago. 4 years ago, I moved back to Arizona. My life slowly improved. I have a really good job, friends, an amazing girlfriend that I can't imagine life without. I'm better educated about finances and mental health. I feel really good, and I'm proud of what I've done to get to this better place. A few months ago, my brother texts me and says that he ran into Riley by complete chance at a truck stop outside of Phoenix. He gave him my number and said Riley would love to reconnect. Soon, he and I were texting and made plans to meet. A few weeks ago, I met him at a bar, and I was surprised to see how he almost hasn't changed his appearance since school. Then we start catching up, and over the course of the night, I learned that it's as if we swap lives. After high school, he started growing weed and got caught trying to sell it. He spent a year in jail for that. He got on probation and immediately started growing and selling again and got caught again and spent a few more years behind bars. He missed his sister's wedding, and his father refused to speak to him until he was diagnosed with cancer, which he succumbed to in 2015 while Riley was in prison. He said it emotionally destroyed him. His sister ran the family restaurant, and he now runs it with her, but COVID did a number to their business, and he had to pick up another job to avoid losing the business. He developed a gambling problem and lost his first house and second house, and still owes an obscene amount of money from that. His mother died in 2022 from cancer, and then his grandmother recently. A few things I picked up that night was that he has a drinking problem. He says he can't fall asleep without it. That made me move us away from the bar, and we just kind of walked around downtown Phoenix and continued our conversation over food. He was also oddly surprised that I was doing better than he thought I was. I almost think that he only wanted to hang out thinking my life was still such a mess so he could feel better about his. He's basically living on the edge of bankruptcy, and the only family he really has left is his sister, and he's burnt her so much that she keeps him at arm's length. And I understand where she's coming from. From my perspective, this guy had a future set up, and he pissed all over it. So that's my story. It wasn't the happy reunion I was low-key expecting, and feel awful for him. But like he admitted to me, it stems from his poor choice.